Let's see what we're doing.
Maybe by 8 o'clock we'll get there. Okay.
Okay.
We shall see.
Are we live now?
Let's see.
Try one more time. All right. Let's see what's going on. It says we are supposed to be live.
Says we're supposed to be live. Now, whether we are, I can't hear you or see you. Just Christmas Marine.
All right, can you hear us now?
All right. You're
now
live. Okay.
Live. Thank you,
Thank you, Abama.
I'm telling you, we are having fits with this new system.
Oh, I hate the new YouTube. Literally.
Somebody says, wow, Tennessee Homestead. Hey, Rich. He said, wow, y'all's tree is much larger than mine last year. Isn't that pretty? A while ago, Danny was sitting.
I was sitting here, well, which way? Let me, I'm dyslexic with a camera. I was sitting here like this. I said, man, I look like the Grinch that stole Christmas with the Christmas tree thing. So, can't do that.
Y'all, we have had a fit.
We gave up.
YouTube and then with the tree.
Yeah, YouTube to start with. This new YouTube is just, oh.
I set this thing up. I started telling y'all a while ago we weren't even live. I set up our live chat. I always go in around 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and set the live chat up. I do the thumbnail and I put the description and the title and all that stuff. And when I did, I turned my computer off and I went to the cabin. Okay, I get a message an hour later that we have a live chat going and we should have been live at 5 o'clock. And I'm like, whoa.
Nope.
And so I had to come back and kill that, start another one. And then I had to set the time. This new YouTube, if you don't put a time, it automatically throws it up that you're going live right then, even though I didn't have OBS up or anything else, even though my computer was shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I still had a live chat going. So, y'all, it's crazy. YouTube does some weird stuff now. I see a lot of people popping in.
There's a lot of people. I've been sitting here watching people popping in. Sorry, Danny, I'm eating your pecans. I'll have to get more. What? Oh, no. Well, you know what? You know what? You see it? Where are you at here? Here we go. I am actually eating pecans myself.
We went and got him some from a friend. When we went to.
These are actually Geminis.
Oh, yeah. You're eating Geminis right now, but we went and got some from a friend a couple of days ago. If y'all remember, we stopped at the old-fashioned thing in Wiggins, and one of Danny's friends they hull out pecans. So we got a bag or two there, and we went back and we visited them, so we got another bag for him.
Yeah.
Hey, Deborah. Y'all, I got to show y'all some stuff in a minute. Y'all just going to love our
people
stuff.
say I'm hoping everything's all right. Well, tonight, technically, no, not with me. My heart is out of rhythm tonight. But I'm trying to go on just like I always do. It's been out of rhythm all day, hasn't it? Since
started at 3
something this morning, yeah.
Yeah. So if he has to get up and go walk around or do something, y'all just kind of let him chill. Does the Hoss
two-seater attachment work good? Yes, Morton. It works okay if the ground has been tilled. If the ground has not been tilled with a tiller, then no.
Yeah, you have a more trouble. We've used it with just using a tractor disc, but it is harder to push with the lumps in your clay.
Okay, Rob says, ha, I'm picking out pecans.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any yet for him to pick out.
We don't have any for me to pick out right now.
That's what you should be doing at the cabin.
That's what I usually would be doing, but I can't find anybody who has any that needs to be hauled
out. That's what we went and saw these people. We thought we would get some from them to hull out, and they had just finished last week hulling all theirs out. Okay, so we'll talk about the tree in a minute. But I gotta show them a few things.
Well, I'm just gonna show y'all a few things here.
Okay, now I don't have everything, but Miss Sophie, I want to call her Sophia. Miss Sophie sent me. Y'all see? Well, where's it at? Homemade cards, and I don't have Yahtzee here, but she sent me Yahtzee. And
she's been playing Yahtzee at the cabin.
I've been playing Yahtzee, and Danny doesn't play Yahtzee. He don't know what Yahtzee is, so. we've got to teach Danny how to play Yahtzee. I love Yahtzee. So
Yeah.
Miss Sophie sent those. I'm gonna show you the cards.
Is that Letha?
Where?
Did you hear about Grampy Campy's wife? Yes, we did. Yes.
Yes, we posted in our group on Facebook and stuff yesterday, or was it day before?
Yeah,
Yesterday.
Morton says, how's y'all's carrots? They're up about, what, 4 inches now? Probably 4.
Looking good.
Yeah, they're 4 to 5 inches tall.
I should have went and took pictures, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I forgot. Now,
okay.
If I've already showed some of these, I'm sorry. We'll be making second rounds, but Leah and Teresa from Stringfield Ridge.
I remember. I know them.
Now, I had a ornament from them. But this is their Christmas card.
Their Christmas card, yeah.
Prairie Girl and Cowboy. This is a card from them.
ABCXCZYX or XYZ says they're playing Yahtzee right now.
Really? I didn't know. I love it. This is Kathy or Kate. It says Saddle Ridge. Miss Carla from North Carolina. She sent me some seeds. It's the toothache plant and the money plant. Now, I had never seen. Yeah, let me not do that. I almost did. Y'all could write her and tell her, hey, you want money plants. Have y'all ever seen this before? No, I'm not sure. Yeah. Does that show up? Yeah. This is the money plant. I'm just kind of curious. I've got to investigate this and see what it's good for. Now, the toothache plant, Danny and I had one, and I think I let it die. And I also had some seeds somewhere, but I didn't have this many seeds. That's a lot of seeds for the toothache plant. So thank you, Miss Carla. So has anybody ever seen a money plant before?
Morton, no, I have never grown Iowa Chief corn. I've never heard of it, as a matter of fact.
I've heard of it. Just don't know. Okay, Miss Brenda sent this one. And with it, she sent the candy cane story. So I thought about doing that on Crazy Days. I just hadn't stopped long enough to read it. Miss Margaret. Oh, Holy Night. Isn't that pretty? And Cheryl from Canada. Okay, so that's all the cards we got.
Yeah.
And somebody said they had never heard of a money plant.
I'd never heard of one.
Oh, they said lake effects are used in flower arrangements. That was kind of my thought.
Okay.
When I saw it. Okay, let me see what I'm doing.
Maribel said my mama had a money plant.
I wished I had a money plant to produce money, but I don't.
I had one that made real money.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, no name, I think. Let me see. I got to make sure on this so I don't say names that people don't. Because I think I did this. No name.
Okay, this
from West Virginia.
West Virginia. Yeah, this is one of our Christmas tree ornaments from West Virginia. Okay.
And it's got the plaid on it, and I like that. That's something that looks really good and really old-fashioned. This one. Okay, this is from Mac and Patty at Southern Blessed Homestead. See if Danny can get it up there.
I can get it up here to the picture. It's a, look at that, Merry Christmas, a little snowman with a tree and a bucket full of snow.
Yes.
Little Christmas tree ornament.
And see, I like the little minis like that. I'm really liking that. We've got quite a few of those. These are from Bonnie at Deep South Bama Grits. Okay, now she made these.
Yeah, there's actually several of these.
And she made them out of, what did I tell you? Jar rings. And she covered them so you can't tell it's a jar ring. And this says, the buck stops here. And it's got antlers and stuff on it. So that one's Danny's.
Morton says, how many gardens do y'all have? We have 5.
Yes. And a lot of containers. This is an owl. See? And the back has the, now let me see where I've got it. The feathers. This one, it says our first Christmas at the candy corn cabin on the back, and it has deer on the front. What was this one? Chefs always have something good to eat on this one. And so she covered each one of them and put something, and she put some potpourri in here, and it smells good too, don't it?
Oh yeah, it's strong too.
He smelled it before I even opened it.
Yeah, I smelled it before she opened
it. He says, "Oh, she's got something in there that smells good."
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta show them Dr. Rick's, right?
Yeah.
Now you gonna have to help
Miss Deborah Oster and Mr. Rick.
Now I think the one Miss Deborah did comes up first. Y'all, y'all just gotta wait.
We're gonna see if we can get this up here.
I should have took them out and had them.
You should have took them out. Yeah. Okay.
Here.
Here, let me hold this thing up here. Okay. Just do the candy corn upright like it goes.
No, it goes upside down.
Does it go upside down?
Okay.
Anyway, this is a candy corn wreath.
I gotta flip it out a little bit because Miss Deborah said in packing it kind of mashed it a little bit, but it's okay. And she did all this herself, and I think she's going to be doing some of these on Etsy before long. Not necessarily candy corn, guys, but she's going to do wreaths. All right, now this one, I just got tickled out because y'all look at this.
Look at this candy corn wreath. I think you got it upside down, don't you? Don't the things hang up the other way? Yeah.
No. The bow goes this way.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Danny don't know how to decorate. I thought he did. Look at this. Isn't this awesome? Look. Put your head in here.
There we go. How about that? Now that's a picture.
That's pretty cool. Okay, now Dr. Rick did this. Isn't that awesome? Look at this. On the sides. The whole thing. And they're all uniform. I thought it was bought. I thought Deborah bought it. And then I read the note. And Danny's over here testing a piece of, where am I at?
Yeah.
He was trying to test it. And I said, Danny, it's not real candy corn.
Yes,
Come
it
to
is.
find out, this is real candy corn.
Yes, it's real candy corn.
But she sprayed it with something.
It's been sprayed with a preservative.
Yeah. So she told me we couldn't eat it. But, okay, can you lay this box over there and then we'll put these back in there? Because I ain't got no room over here after I open
Deborah says bow at the top.
I thought so. Danny don't know what he's talking about. Okay. Now he's got to put these up.
Yeah, she gave me the job of putting all this back up.
But I thought this was so cute. It smells like candy corn.
Ooh, it does.
But Danny did test it. He didn't eat any.
I didn't eat none.
He just pinched some off and smelt of it, and he said, it is real candy corn. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
I might come out of the shirt.
Well, you have to go in yonder and change clothes.
I'm gonna have to. Boy, it's done got warm in here.
We can't have Danny taking
Which is unusual because it's like 50 degrees outside, and it's usually pretty chilly in here.
Open that window there just a little.
Well, I don't want to. I want the house to stay warm. I don't want it to.
Yeah. So we got those now.
We see Miss Deborah the bow at the top.
Yeah, I knew it was at the top.
Yeah.
Danny just thought it wasn't.
Yeah.
What state are we in? We are in Mississippi.
We are in South Mississippi.
So now our tree.
Oh Lord, I don't even know about Christmas. Almost wasn't this year. I'm telling you.
Well, Danny wanted a 9-foot tree. Now Wanda would have settled. We just got a tree. It didn't matter. I'm not.
No, I really wanted a 9-foot tree. The cabin's got 16-foot tall ceiling in it, and I wanted a 9-foot tree.
So I ordered a 9-foot tree. I found one, Walmart.com, and it was supposed to have been here Thursday. Well, about
last Thursday.
Well, this past Thursday.
Yeah.
About Tuesday or sometime Tuesday evening, I got a message that said it would be Friday. So I was going, okay, they've delayed it till Friday. Well, Friday got here. All day long we looked for a tree and it didn't come.
Didn't show.
So last night I left the gates open till 8 o'clock. Still no tree. So I came back over here to shut the gates and I went on my online and tracked it. It's been sitting in Memphis, Tennessee for 3 days.
3 days now.
And today I kept checking this morning, still said it was sitting in Memphis. Finally, around 10 or 10:30, about 10, it updated and said it wouldn't be sent until maybe Tuesday of this next week. And I'm like, really? So we were wanting to have the tree up today.
We wanted to put the Christmas tree up today, so we load up and go to town. I told her, I says, forget the dadgum thing. We're going to Walmart. They had 500 Christmas trees this past week. We're going to Walmart. We're going to buy a tree.
We got to Walmart. I got pictures. Look at this. That is it.
That's it. Out of 500 trees, that's all Walmart had left.
500 trees down to what, maybe 15? And most of them were small trees.
Yeah.
And the 2 or 3 that were even, I think maybe 7-foot trees had lights on them.
They were lighted. We did not want a lighted tree because our cabin has no electricity.
So we didn't need to pay $200 for a tree that had lights, so we just said, forget it. We ran by the dollar store. They had a couple of little dinky white ones. And we ran by an outlet store that's just opened up here.
Yeah.
And it had nothing.
Nothing. We went by all the fireworks stands and they didn't have. And I found out today why there were no trees.
Why?
One company here in the United States bought up all the seed to the Douglas fir trees. And
let me guess, Monsanto.
And no one could plant the Douglas firs except them. And what seeds they couldn't plant, they burnt.
Are you serious?
Yes. And that's why, because Douglas fir is the #1 cedar tree, the #1 Christmas tree to be sold. And now this company owns all the Douglas fir seeds.
So nobody can sell them at roadside stands.
Well, you can sell them, but it's got to come from them.
Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, so we didn't find a tree.
Nope.
We went to our friends at Two Fat Friends. They had a huge tree. What was that, about a 12-foot tree?
They had about a 12-foot tree. I told them, I said, I'll buy your tree. And
she said, I just sold it.
I just sold it.
We couldn't have put that tree in the cabin if we'd have cleared everything out of there.
Then we went to an outlet store, Overstock.com.
Yeah,
outlet.
and there was nothing there.
There was no trees there.
Brett says they've got a package that's probably still in Memphis. It disappeared years ago. Well, I swear 3 days and it hasn't even said it's moved.
It ain't moved out of Memphis in 3 days. I think somebody up there took that tree.
I think somebody stole my tree. But y'all, I messaged Jim and I, Homestead. Now y'all know Buddy and Miss Libby visited us a few months ago. And if anybody's watched her live stream, she told about her Christmas tree. And Buddy disappeared her Christmas tree 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And got her new tree. And I messaged her and I said, did Buddy and Danny take my tree off last year? Because I went up in the attic. And I looked and I looked and I looked. I have a 6-foot tree.
Wanda had a tree.
A 6-foot tree.
She had a tree. It's gone.
There
I
is
don't know what
no
happened
tree in
to
the
it.
attic.
There ain't no tree around this house, nowhere in a box.
That's how come
gone.
we ended up at Walmart. Because I was going to put the 6-foot tree up. And I couldn't find it. So I got aggravated. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I've lost my tree. I looked everywhere. So we had no tree. And then we couldn't get one in town. And we come back and I looked again and then it said I should have my tree by Tuesday. And I said, okay, we're just going to wait till Tuesday. We'll put the tree up Wednesday. It'll be up for about a week and then I'll take it back down. I won't even have it up. So I was really disappointed. And Danny goes outside and disappears.
I disappear for about an hour. And I come home on my tractor. I leave on my tractor. So my tractor's where I live on my tractor. And I left on my tractor, and about an hour I came back, and I had a gift in the bucket of the tractor. Look at this, guys. Martha Stewart, every day, 7-foot tree.
Our
It's a
good
Jack Frost.
neighbor.
What is that? A Jack Frost mountain tree.
Yeah, our good neighbor that if Danny doesn't have something, the good neighbor has it. And if he needs anything, he comes to find it at Danny's house. They swap back and forth. And so he goes over there visiting, and he's telling we all our poor pitiful tree story. And he lets Danny have the 7-foot tree because he got a live one this year.
Let's see. Is that Jennifer or Donnie one says, what is more important when considering land, water or soil condition? Water. You can build soil, but you can't build water. So the answer would be water.
Yeah. Sherry says she has one in her backyard you could have if you come get it. She's not far from us. Well, that was the joke. Coming home, Danny and I both were watching everybody's
We were looking
yard.
on the side of the roads. We were looking at people's yards because I told her, I says, look, you drive by. If it's a tree, I'll come back at dark and cut it down.
Y'all in Deep South would have went to jail for cutting a tree down in somebody's yard.
I was frustrated.
We were laughing and we looked everywhere. None of the trees were pretty. It was just bad. Henry says Walmart has bad delivery service. I always ship to the store to pick up and wait and wait.
The delivery service is very bad. Yes, I agree 100%. I do. Yeah, that's a good neighbor, Carol. He's probably the best neighbor I have.
You have no mods on tonight. Beware. Oh, okay.
I've noticed that we haven't had the first moderator on here.
Yeah, I know Miss Lippy is babysitting a 2-year-old. Stringfield Ridge, you just became a moderator. She'd be all right. Let me see here. I can do what's it? Jennifer.
Yeah.
Let me make. All right, Jennifer. I made you and Stringfield Ridge moderators. That way y'all can help out.
I've got hundreds of red cedar. Come get one. Okay, Rob, I know where you grow at. The things are everywhere. But down here,
ship us one.
Cedar trees will not grow here at all. I mean, you got to baby a cedar tree to get it to grow here. My family owned a Christmas tree farm for over 20 years. I have never in my life had to look for a Christmas tree. I've never had to worry about a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It's just that since my mom has passed away and my dad's no longer on the farm, the Christmas trees are now like 20-something feet tall.
Why is it not letting me? Okay. All right, Deborah, I'm adding you as a moderator. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so we even thought about going out to his mom and dad's place and chopping the top out of the tree.
Cutting down one of the big 25-foot tall trees and cutting the top out of it. I told her, I said, no, we ain't gonna do that.
I mean, we considered everything, y'all. We really did. What does an online mod do? Mainly our moderators watch the chat for any disturbances or any bad language or somebody acting ugly or something like that, and they time out, put people in timeout. Also, they can share links and stuff like that. Just the average person can't put a link in here, but the moderators can go to our description, pick up links. If we mention something, they can go pull a video, or they can do that if they have time, things like that.
But balsam firs do not grow down here. It's too hot.
Yeah, any questions, please put them in caps. It does make it easier to see. This new YouTube thing is all black, and the writing is white, and it's very tiny.
Yeah, I'm having to sit here and literally stare at the chat rather than look at the screen where you guys are at. You know.
Usually it's a bigger chat. Sam says, me and my wife are looking to get a homestead. We are looking to get a cow and a horse and some goats. Can you tell us how much land may be needed to be able to have livestock?
10 acres or more.
Yeah.
Anything less than 10 acres, you will just be messing up, I'm going to tell you.
And you really need some good pasture land on that 10 acres.
You need a source of water, whether it be a pond, a running stream, or something.
Yeah, we have 4 cows now and 2 pigs.
Yeah.
We've downed most of everything except the chickens and a couple of 3 turkeys, 4
Yeah,
turkeys,
we got 3 or 4 turkeys left. We've downed
and the
all
dog. But when we had the goats and the cows and a bunch of pigs and all of it, it was really tough
10
on
acres.
10 acres.
10 acres wasn't even, and plus having a place to grow your food, having pasture for the cows, being able to, have paddocks to move them around. It was just even 10 acres wasn't enough for everything.
Yeah.
So we decided to get rid of the goats and just keep the cows.
Yeah, it would just, and two, you don't think about all that. If we would love to have,
Eagle Lover says, I'm interested in growing turmeric. Where can I get a rhizome starters?
I did have some, but I don't this year. This was the one year that I had bad luck
Last
with
year
it.
they all froze is what happened
Yeah.
last winter, and we
And-
just have a few for this year.
And then it was so hot that they didn't do much. I've got one in the greenhouse, I think. Don't I have one still?
Still got one.
And then I've got a few tiny ones that are dry right now, so I don't even know if they're going to work. So I don't have any.
They need to be put in pots, I think.
Yeah, I think it's getting time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry says, I've had a hard time cutting down a real tree too. I'd rather have an artificial tree and let the real ones grow.
I'm kind of like that
Well,
too.
we've got a cedar tree in the front yard that I planted several years ago. It's pretty big, and we've got a couple of Carolina sapphires over at the cabin that I'm fixing to dig up and move.
But they're not big enough.
They're not big enough to
what
use.
Are they? Maybe 4 feet?
Probably 3 to 4 feet tall.
Yeah, they're not big enough. And the one in the front yard, I'm talking. When we drove in, I'm thinking, oh, that tree's not very big. Maybe Danny could chop it down. And when I drove up in the yard, what is it, about 15, 20 feet tall?
Yeah, it's like 20 feet
It
tall.
was way taller than I thought it was. It's grown in 6 years. It was real little. Mr. John says you can buy the rhizomes for turmeric online at Herb Sellers Grow Well. Try that.
What's candy corn? Never heard of it? Henry, come on. Candy corn's been around forever, man. It's a little
shaped like a corn. You usually
shaped like a corn seed, and you see them mostly at Halloween. They're orange and yellow and white. Comes with a little tip on the point of a little white tip on it.
Looks like a piece of corn.
Yeah.
In Kansas yesterday, they set up a farmer suicide hotline.
I saw that, Jackie.
Really?
I did see that. I saw that online today, as a matter of fact.
Can you buy from a store and grow turmeric? Yes.
You can, but there is a chemical sprayed on the turmeric.
It needs to be organic.
It needs to be organic if you're going to do it. And then I can't promise you that it still hadn't had something.
Yeah.
All the organic coming out of China and places like that have still had these chemicals sprayed on them.
What month do I need to plant potatoes in the spring?
Depends on where you live, Morton.
Yeah. We plant, try in January.
We plant ours at about January the 20th to February the 15th, somewhere through that area. But you have to be prepared now. If you live in the South, you got to take a hoe and cut them off if they.
Now we still have potatoes growing.
We have our potatoes growing now.
I've chopped them off twice, and they're back up this tall. And Danny dug around one the other day. What did you find?
I thought we already have new potatoes about an inch and a half in diameter. Jennifer said, what are my thoughts on good land, 20 acres with water, but 2 miles from the city limits? Jen, that's too close for me. 2 miles from the city limits, all the town's got to do is, or city, all they got to do is annex you, and there's nothing you can do, and you're inside the city limits, and then you have to follow all the guidelines of a city.
How much land do you need to raise 3 hogs to kill?
You don't have to have any land, James.
Hogs can be put in a small area.
3 hogs, if you're just going to raise them to kill them, you can keep them in a 50 by 50 pen or something like that. And they'll do just fine.
It's just messy.
Just messy.
The smaller the area you have a pig in, the
Yeah.
more smell you're going to have. Ours are back in a big
Ours are
open
back in
space.
a big open field where they can free range. Now, a pig, if he's allowed to free range, will not go to the bathroom where he eats or lives at. He will find the place furthest away from it in the pasture to go to the bathroom.
And see, nobody really realizes we have pigs because they don't smell, because they don't have a small area. They've got a huge area out there, and it doesn't.
Nadia says, when can I plant garlic and sweet potatoes in zone 10? You can go ahead and plant the garlic now. Sweet potatoes, I would wait till probably 1st of March.
After
the danger of all frost has passed with the sweet potato.
Yeah. Hello from Alaska. That's Linda. Charlotte's Rub-a-Dub. Hello.
Hello.
Do the wildlife mess with hogs?
No.
Not much of anything.
Nothing messes with a hog.
Y'all asked Hank. Hank got in the pig pen one day, and them pigs give him a run for his money. Danny had to go in there and get him out because he couldn't figure out how to get out.
Henry, sweet potatoes is now called the new superfood. We have several videos up on sweet potatoes. As a matter of fact, I have a manual that I sell on how to plant sweet potatoes, everything about sweet potatoes, and even probably some recipes in the back of it.
Yeah, how to can them and
how to can them and everything on our Etsy store at deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com.
Sinclair made it in.
Okay, what was this?
Jim
Young.
Maria.
Jim Maria Young.
Yes.
My husband wants to plant some purple sweet potatoes. Where can we get some? I'll tell you what, this spring, get back in contact with me this spring and I will get you some purple ones.
We have them still coming up in our carrot bed.
When you can't stop them.
If you'll send me a message later, hey, Two Family, once we put them in the carrot bed every year, it's been 2 years. Believe me, they're still there. We can harvest every piece we think, and still.
In the middle of my carrots right now, there's sweet potatoes coming up now.
Yeah.
Those things are very prolific.
How is Hank with the chickens? I do not let Hank back where the chickens are. The chickens are in pens. Hank doesn't go in. When he was little, I took him in, and he never messed with them. But now that he's gotten older, we do not let him in with the chickens or the turkeys, because the turkeys are really freaked out about it.
Yeah, Hank is so fast.
Full of energy.
And full of energy, and he's a big dog now. And he upsets the birds, and the turkeys go to flying all into the pen. He's not trying to hurt them. He wants to play. He just wants to play, and they don't understand that.
Yeah. So we don't let Hank in with anything. He accidentally got in with the pigs because he found a way to get in there, and the pigs give him a run for his money.
Yeah. Florida Homesteader says, I'm going to try to plant the white sweet potatoes this spring. We will hopefully have white slips for sale this spring. But in my opinion, I like the white sweet potato better than I do the red ones. I mean, they're not sweet, but they just have a better texture and a better taste to me. And they grow really well. Michelle, the purple ones taste like the white ones do to me. They're not sweet.
Barbara, you're working on trying to find the potato. Are you talking about the canning potatoes? I think you may be the one I've talked to today. Type in canning potatoes, Deep South Homestead, and even if it's the fingerling potatoes, it may come up fingerling potatoes, same process. Use the same process that I do for the fingerling potatoes. One of them may be saying something about harvesting, canning, and preserving or something, or storage. But just type in potatoes and Deep South Homestead canning.
I can only grow sweet potatoes in the greenhouse here in Alaska. Why, yeah, I guess so, Linda. It's probably pretty cold.
Alan says he found our channel because of Doug and Stacy, loving your content. Thank
you, Alan.
And thanks, Doug and Stacy. Okay.
Stivers must be in, because I see somebody saying Stivers Homestead, hey. I can't catch everything because
I see reap what you're sowing, Miss Patty Gilbert. Patty, I
Can you
showed you.
safely plant sweet potatoes same spot 2 years in a row? John, yeah, yes, we do it all the time.
Yeah, Henry, the sweet potato fries is a way that we do these, especially the white sweet potatoes. They're not very sweet, and Danny likes them that way.
I like them better.
I love the red sweet potato fries, and then the purple sweet potato fries are pretty good, but like Danny said, I think you talked about those. They're really dry.
They're dry.
The white ones are a little dry, but the purple is very dry.
Somebody asked when was our gathering?
March the 21st. Hey, see, Deep South Homestead Gathering 2020. March 21st here in
Magnolia West Side. West Side Magnolia.
I can't ever remember how you say that.
West Side Magnolia Community Center.
Go to Eventbrite and check out, I think we have it in the description for tickets. The tickets are free. We just like to know how many people's coming. Order all your tickets for everybody you want to have a ticket, and that way we kind of know. And if you want a t-shirt, there should be a link in the description below. Anybody wearing a t-shirt coming in the door gets entered in for a prize.
Jackie says, are hogs mean to people? Most, if they're domestic, no. Most of them, unless they have little ones. Now, they can be angry if they have little ones.
The Stivers is on here as a moderator. Somebody said something about it. Yeah, they're already a moderator.
Yeah, they're already a moderator.
Do
we buy oak? Can you buy Okinawan sweet potato, white bluff on the outside, purple on the inside, deep purple when cooking? So they're saying you can buy Okinawan sweet potato. Okay, I didn't. I was trying to figure out what they were saying there.
So Patty,
have I ever heard of sweet potatoes having a disease called skiff?
SKERF is what
Scurf.
That's
it
what
is
it
a dark
like.
spot or spots on the skin. Yes, I have. Ours have that occasionally.
Is there anything I need to be doing with my asparagus? That's Sandy. I chop all mine down this time of year because mine turns brown.
Once it dies, you cut it off level with the ground, cover it over with some good compost, and leave it alone till next spring.
Yes, our asparagus is doing really good. So, and we have 2 beds now. I didn't dig all the front.
You got the one out in the front.
I tried digging all that up. It didn't.
You got that bed. You got the one behind the house, and you got the one at the cabin now.
Yeah, so I've got 3 beds of it.
Do you plan on making any changes to the garden? Sharon says, yes, we'll have several changes this year coming up to our garden, hopefully.
Yeah, one of them's going to be the dark black row cover.
The black row cover, if we can come up with the money to purchase it, yes.
And then we're going to use more
drip tape.
Drip tape. We're going to use more of your, in the front garden, I can't even think. Cattle panels.
Cattle panels, yeah.
And we're going to be doing more containers. We like our containers.
I love my container gardening. It is working out really good on stuff that we don't have to have large amounts of. Right now, we've got, y'all seen my other previous videos, we've got lettuce and collards and stuff like that in them.
And y'all don't laugh too hard at my video tomorrow. We've got one coming out tomorrow evening.
I see you've got a lot of pictures here, and we're not even.
I don't have a lot.
I just happen to see them over here.
I don't have much. I just put some things I saw because I wasn't thinking what was going on today. We did get a little bit of firewood.
Got a little bit of firewood because I can't run a chainsaw anymore. We went and bought a truckload of firewood. Yeah. And it's really, really going to be a blessing. We'll probably go back and get another truckload.
And we have some wood that Danny's.
I've cut down some trees, and hopefully, when we get some of our help comes in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I can tell who's coming, can I?
I guess you can if you want to.
Yeah, the Self-Reliant Roadshow is coming to Deep South in the next few weeks. He doesn't have a set schedule, so we don't know exactly what day, but right now he's looking, it might be January. He's got 3 or 4 stops before he gets here, and it's according to how long it takes him at each stop, because this is Prep Stutter Bob and Mrs. B. They travel in a bus. They go to places and help people on their homestead. And if you've never heard of the Self-Reliant Roadshow, check them out. He's been to several places this year. He went several places last year. So check him out.
Michelle, can water get through row covers? If you buy the right type, yes.
And I see, do you like your Kubota?
Yes, I love my Kubota. I love the tractor.
Do we do live streams on Patreon? We have not figured that out. We tried one time and could not figure out how to do it, so we've not had time to play with it, but we do hope to do live streams this next year on Patreon.
Jackie, is it easier to raise chickens or hogs? Chickens.
Yeah, I guess.
North Star, Prepstead, or Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prepstead or Bob.
Prepstead or Bob, yeah. I am glad here with Day.
My day sucked.
My day sucked by.
Hey. That's Sophie. Sophie, I showed him you gave me the homemade cards plus the Yahtzee. I've been playing Yahtzee. She's the one that sent
Barbara says, how come you can't own? It's not that I can't own one, I can't run one because of my heart and all my physical issues.
Yes, Prepstead or Bob is the one that's helped Starry get a RV.
Yeah.
And then he's made several several stops since then. One of them was to Annie Farmers. So we followed Annie for several years now. She's a friend of ours, and he stopped and helped her. He put a new back porch.
Put down the porch on the house, yeah. Read what you so said they love their Kubota. Glad to see that
Jonathan,
Bob is
thank you. Merry Christmas.
Yes, thank you, Jonathan. Oh, let's see here. I have heirloom sweet potatoes. Supposed to be Nancy Hall.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of them, Mr. Danny? That's what we plant.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. No, that's not what I have planted. I had the Triumph planted.
Yeah.
And I had somebody send me some white sweet potatoes that did not know what they were. Nancy Hall is what my daddy grew when I was a kid, and I have not found any of them here. Let me say that.
That's what you were.
That's what I was looking for.
He was looking for the Nancy Halls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, somebody asked the question, how old am I? I'm fixing to be 60 years old.
Yes. He will have a birthday next year.
This coming summer, I will be 60 years old.
Call Buddy back up, and you two can use that saw this time. Y'all can use that hand saw.
The crosscut.
The crosscut. Yeah. Now, when Prepstead or Bob gets here, we might cut some wood or do something.
We have so many projects that are so far behind on. We don't even know which one we're going to do when he gets here, to be honest.
Yeah, so we're just kind of waiting, and when he gets here, whatever we hadn't got done, we'll work on.
Yeah.
And wood is one of them that Danny's been gathering up wood.
I've been gathering up small stuff. I take my little electric saw and cut up little small limbs and stuff like that fall out of the trees and stuff like that. And occasionally, if a tree is dying, I'll go ahead and I'll cut it down, but I just have to leave it laying there because I just don't have the ability anymore to just stay out and cut. And I can split the wood because I have a wood splitter, but I can't stay out there with a chainsaw and cut it.
Now, Melody is asking, what do you think about the cyber attacks in Louisiana?
It was in New Orleans.
Yes.
I read a little bit about that today. I think that it's going to be the norm in the future for no matter where you live.
Tennessee Homestead says young pup.
Rick.
We have missed you.
We really missed you, but I feel perfectly fine. My mind tells me I can do anything I want to, but my heart just starts messing up. Like right now, it's out of rhythm right now. Sitting here beating erratic while I'm doing this show, and it's kind of hard to overcome that psychologically. They tell me that I'm perfectly fine. I'm not going to die, and I told myself, well, it used to didn't do that. And they said, well, it's just one of those things you got to get used to.
Yeah. Thank you, Sophie. The last time this happened, he ended up at the doctor's. He had a EKG.
I had EKGs done, everything.
Blood work,
all kind of stuff done.
And the doctor says that, just kind of
Tony
brushed
says
it
he
off.
just brushed it off. He told me, he says they're just PVCs. He says you'll be fine. He says you just got to learn to ignore them. Everybody has them. And I said, well, I used to didn't have them.
The last time it lasted almost a week.
Yeah.
Around a week. So today it started early this morning, and it's still going. So it's been more than 12 hours. It's going on 15 hours.
Going
now.
for about 15 hours now. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Food Forest. North Star. The heart thing leaves you weaker when trying to do things. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Really? Yes. Tennessee Homestead is back on. Go check out his channel.
He's done a couple of videos.
Ruben, he's put what, 2 videos up that I know of.
Is it wolf Parkinson disease?
I don't know what it is. They keep telling me that I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. They tell me that I'm perfectly healthy. They've done like 1,000 blood tests on me, and they tell me everything in my blood is perfect.
The Wise Will Thrive says try magnesium.
It's just aggravating. You don't know how angry I stay. Charlotte's Rub-a-Dub says, I love the Nancy Halls. I love the Nancy Halls also.
Joy of aging.
Let's see. Be Friendly Permaculture says, I also have the same heart issue. Have you considered the KP index? I find it worse when the KP is at 0. I don't know what KP is.
Yeah, I have nothing. Overlook says their dad has the same issues and his name is also Danny.
Oh,
it has something to do with your name.
Has to do something with my name. Maybe I should change my name. Well, Danny's not even my real name, so.
It's Daniel.
What soil, hold on, what soil amendments would you recommend for sugarcane? Soil pH of 4.9, zone 8B. Sugarcane needs good bits of nitrogen. I would suggest a 13 fertilizer or some ammonium sulfate in the spring, not now.
Yeah, they're asking about my health. No, I've not done anything. I've let everything just ride. Some people may say I'm stupid. Some people may say I'm smart. So I'll take both. Right now, it's not bothering me. The doctor doesn't seem to think it's cancer. He just wants a biopsy, and I'm not to the point that I want to do a biopsy right now. So maybe after Christmas, we're still thinking.
Oh, let's see.
You need to get another opinion from a heart specialist?
No, I've thought about it. Well, I've been to several different heart doctors over the several years. All of them tell me the same thing. There's nothing wrong with me. They tell me I have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is an athlete's heart, but that's about it.
Yeah, some of them are saying magnesium has helped.
Be Friendly Permaculture says electromagnetic connection Earth to Sun, KP index. I don't know anything about that. Let's see. I've had the irregular heartbeat since the early 30s. Can be scary but harmless. That's Me the Undone.
Yeah, and Nancy says you can stay young if you don't look in the mirror.
Oh, I agree. I hate looking in the mirror. Carol says, I tried not looking in the mirror, but my hair is still gray. Actually, gray hair and a white beard is a sign of a lack of copper in your system.
Then you need some copper.
I do need some copper.
I don't have any. And y'all, this is my natural hair. I have a few. I can't say I don't have any. But my hair, when I met Danny, was more gray than it is now. And it started coming back brown.
Yeah.
So
Wanda's getting younger and I'm getting older. So.
And I have not colored my hair. I don't ever do that. It's just that when I moved out here, healthier living, eating reasonably right. Some people have debatables about that, but I'm eating more reasonable than I did before I moved out here.
Nancy said, my son had a heart problem for over a year and finally discovered it was a cell in his heart, had surgery, and is doing well.
Well, the deal is on the EKG, it did not come back normal. But the doctor looked at Danny and says, well, you've probably been around breathing some dust and stuff, and that's probably all it is.
He told me the right lower quadrant or something other of my heart, which is connected to my lung somehow or other, he said, asked me, was you ever a smoker? And I said, no, I was not a smoker. He says, well, you've probably been around something that had a lot of dust in it. And he said, it's just irritated. In a week or two, it should clear up. And it did.
But it's back.
But it's back. But also, I have my fireplace at the cabin has been smoking just a little bit back into the house when we built a fire. And I didn't know if me breathing that smoke might have irritated it again. So
We'll see.
Let's see. Michelle said, but they told you no chainsaw? No, I told me no chainsaw because I'm the one who gives out. I have a torn rotator cuff, so I can't pull one to crank it. So I just
and
leave
it's
them.
hard to tote the heavy one. We've got an electric chainsaw, and not electric.
Yeah,
it's electric.
Yeah, we have electric.
Yeah,
or battery powered.
Battery powered, and I can run it, or Danny can run it because it's not real heavy. The problem is it just doesn't last very long, and you can't cut big, huge amounts of wood. So when people come by and want to help, we let them cut wood and help us out. And so we've got some things pulled up. We just haven't got it done right now. And this guy that we went and saw the other day, he cuts wood all the time for a living. That's what he does, and he splits wood. So we got it at a good price, and we thought, look, with weather like we're getting, we needed some wood.
Oh, let's see here.
Maybe the hay.
A lot has to do with what you eat. I have heart problems also.
We've almost ruled out everything on eating.
Celiac, sea salt, magnesium, and up your potassium for cell communication is key to balance the minerals in the body.
Yeah.
Celtic. That's not. That's celiac. Is that Celtic? Yeah. Celtic sea salt.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe the hay for cows.
Nah. He's not around the hay much. He moves it with the
I move
tractor.
it. I have a. Oh, wait a minute here. You had a picture here of.
Yeah, your new. He got a new toy.
This is one of my new toys, guys. I got this past week. We got tired of having trouble moving hay, so I went and purchased me a new hay spear to go in front of my tractor. So now, I can move my hay without any problems. Jackie says cardiomyopathy is worse after beans and nuts. Yes, I can't eat. I don't eat beans at all.
But now he eats.
I do eat a lot of nuts. I eat pecans.
And he eats a lot of.
And I eat a lot of almonds because I have a gluten intolerance and I can't eat any other kind of flour. So.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if some of it might have to do with the almond flour and stuff, but we haven't found an alternative that he really can handle yet.
Last year, my doctor said my heart needed new attention. They diagnosed me with POTS.
Be Friendly said the first time they heard about the solar minimum was from you on Porch Time many years ago. I got deep into the research. It is fascinating and answers a lot of questions. Thank you. Y'all, I have been looking for I thought it was a Porch Time called If, Then,
and Else.
Or something. And I have not found it. We have so many videos and I've looked, it doesn't pop up. So now I forgot to go to All God's Children. I'm wondering if he did it over there. Oh. He did a video called If, Then, and Else. And I would like to pull it back up and have him think about that one again because I thought it was a good video. And I've got to find it.
They're asking me, am I diabetic? No, I am hypoglycemic, but I'm not a diabetic. No.
How are we prepping for our flour? We do not. We just have a stash for maybe 3 months at a time.
We probably keep 3 months at a time of almond flour in the freezer because you can't keep it out of the freezer. And
that's it. If we run out, he has no flour. That's just something he would do without. Lots of times we think about it this way. There's going to be a lot of stuff we have to do without. Yeah, Tennessee said it's on All God's Children. Thank you, Rich. I have been thinking about that video for several weeks. And Rich, when you popped up on our feed a couple of days ago, I hadn't even mentioned it to Danny, but I said, guess who's back? And I said, here's Rich. And so we were watching your video, and I told Danny, I said, I've had the If, Then, and Else on my mind for so long. So he and I were hunting it, and then we couldn't find it. So now I've got to go to All
Was
God's Children.
KPO for over 12 hours just passed. My heart has been beating all over the shop. Okay. Bee Friendly Permaculture is talking to Sinclair.
Okay.
He said it was at KP0 for over 12 hours just passed. My heart has been beating all over the shop. I don't know if that has anything to do with mine or not. That's interesting.
I'm gonna have to check that out. They're asking why not wheat flour.
Because I have a gluten intolerance. My body messes up on it really, really bad. I have severe stomach cramps and pains if I eat wheat.
Plus corn.
Plus corn, if it's I can eat my own home raised corn in moderate amounts, but if I buy anything with store bought corn, it just destroys me on the inside. I start getting dizzy and drunk. I can't walk. And I have tried rice flour, but rice flour is so high now, depending on where you get the rice flour. Some it's got a lot of plastic in it, and it has a lot of arsenic in it.
Yeah, we do have some rice flour prepped.
Yeah.
And we will use it if necessary. That was one thing that I oven canned was rice flour. And if you've not watched any of the oven canning videos, I did one on oven canning. I think I did rice flour, maybe Bob's Red Mill baking flour, and I can't remember what else I did that day, but it's there's a video there on that.
Sophia says almond is a natural blood thinner. Ask the doctor. I would see a homeopathic.
All right, Mimsy says she got her gathering T-shirt today. Yes. Okay, guys, I've got the gathering T-shirt on for any that didn't see it. If you want a Deep South Homestead Gathering 2020, this is it. This is the color. This is what it looks like. I think they're awesome. So
Two family put up if, then, and else.
Okay, thank you. Now I have to go find my own video. Y'all, it's bad when you can't even find your own videos. Let's see. Rice flour is gritty. Yes.
Yes, it's very gritty.
Can you oven can regular flour? Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I would. That's the only way I would can flour for long term would be in jars. It's just easier and stores longer. And when you have 1 quart jar, you can open it and do your biscuits or whatever you need. Thank you, Madre.
I guess I can't see it too well. The color is crazy on that one. It's like Merry a blue Christmas. Color. Yeah, heart problems, and when you eat too much, I don't know if this is going to show up here or not. See that white spot in your fingernails? That's a sign that arsenic is in your system.
Is that it? I don't have any.
See, like that there?
I don't have any. What are you eating that he eats different than I do.
I eat different than she does, yeah.
Do you oven can quick oats? No, I just vacuum seal.
They can be vacuum sealed, yeah.
Now oatmeal flour.
You would flour.
I would oven can.
Yeah, you do.
But now quick oats, rice, dried beans, anything like that, I just put a moisture absorber.
Yeah.
And vacuum seal.
Is it true that freezing flour lasts longer? Yes.
Yes. As long as you have a freezer, it's okay in the freezer.
Brett's and Cindy's Tennessee Living said they make oatmeal flour.
Yeah, I thought about trying to make some for Danny and just see how it does. But we do eat some oatmeal, so.
Mormon Supply Company has canned flour. Have you ever bought staple foods from the LDS Church? We have not. No. But I know people who have.
Now, I had a friend once that was in the Amish community, and that he would bring me dehydrated food that they had in the Amish community, and the dehydrated English peas were awesome. But now he doesn't live there anymore, and I don't know about all that.
Cheryl says, do you guys have any hats for sale still? I would love to get me one for Christmas.
Hats. The company that we were using, I think, for the hats, I think shut down. I don't remember where the hats were. Most of the companies right now do not have hats. That's something I've not been able to find, or I just hadn't searched for, I guess. I don't think it wasn't Bonfire. Bonfire only
I
has
don't remember.
t-shirts.
I don't remember. I remember somebody. There was a lady who made the hats for you, wasn't it? I mean,
No, the ones with Deep South. It was a camouflage hat. Check.
Deborah says everybody's looking at their fingernails right now.
They probably are. I'm going there.
Okay, well, I'm looking at Food Forest Permaculture says that means you're low in zinc with a white blotch in the nail.
You ain't got no zinc. You need some zinc.
Our ground is extremely high in zinc here. That's the reason I didn't have to add much to the garden. What supplies do you need for oven canning? Nothing.
You need the jars.
Just jars, rings, lids, and
whatever you're gonna put in it.
And a thick cookie sheet to put in the oven to set them on.
Yeah.
Now don't put the lids and the rings in there, just the jars.
And put your jars in there. I think it's like on 175 or 200. I can't remember, but in the video I'll tell. You put the jars in there and leave them, what, 20 minutes or more?
About 15
It's a while so that you absorb all the moisture out of the jars. The jars are extremely hot. Then you take them out one at a time, fill them and put them back, and then you run it the amount of time it says for flour. And then you take them out one at a time and cap them and let them sit on your cabinet and seal. So it's a process that you can't walk away from.
Oh, Okie Rob says he's had flour in the freezer over 5 years and it still tasted fine.
Yes.
It will, yeah.
Freezing is the best way to save it if you know you're going to have power forever.
Food Forest Permaculture says not bio available zinc. Okay.
What?
Waiting on a winter storm. 4 to 6 inches of snow possible with ice, Tammy said.
Oh, no.
To vacuum seal dry beans, is it necessary to use a moisture absorber?
You don't have to.
You don't have to. We just do it as a safety precaution.
We live in the deep south where moisture is everywhere.
Humidity is bad here. If you live where there's no humidity, it may not be an issue.
Yeah. Thank you, Katie. Merry Christmas. It all depends on area, I guess.
It does.
Because
it's already after 9 o'clock.
Isn't it? Wow.
Yeah.
Tonight passed fast.
Tonight flew by, guys.
But yeah, we've
Ms. Wanda had a couple more pictures here I'm gonna show you guys.
Oh, I forgot. What else?
Look at this. This is Ms. Wanda's Thanksgiving cactus.
Yeah. I didn't know. Somebody asked me, was it a Thanksgiving or Christmas cactus? It didn't bloom till like nearly a week or week and a half after Thanksgiving. But the ones I've seen people have were red if it was a Christmas cactus and pink if it was a Thanksgiving cactus. Now, I may have it wrong, but that's what I've seen. So we call it Thanksgiving cactus.
This is all of our shallots and
garlic. This is garlic on the right.
Garlic is on the far right-hand side of the screen. It's almost out of the screen, as a matter of fact. But all the other rows are literal shallots. We have piles and piles of shallots planted in the garden, and they are doing awesome.
It's kind of hard to see them really because of all the leaves.
Yeah.
And we're leaving the leaves as a mulch in between the rows. So.
Yeah. So we're leaving it there as a mulch. We're not taking it out. We'll just let it go. And you got a picture of the moon here. What is this? Oh, that's the moon the other night. That looked like the sun. It was so bright.
It almost looks doubled.
It does almost look doubled, don't it?
For whatever reason, when I took the picture, I don't know,
yeah.
But that was the night that it was a full moon.
Right.
Somebody saying they heard they were going to have a sugar shortage.
Yes, there will be a sugar shortage, but it will be next year. It won't be. It won't be right now.
They're saying it is a Thanksgiving cactus. Coconut flour. We do have some coconut flour.
Yes, we do.
Coconut flour is one of those that you don't use very much of. It absorbs well. So I use like 1/4 cup of coconut flour to 1.5 cups of almond flour. I mean, you really very little coconut flour in mixed with something else. Okay, the sharp pointed leaves are a Thanksgiving cactus.
Beautiful moon. Somebody's asking the question.
Freeze dry beans before vacuum sealing. Why? To kill any bugs or anything that might be
Yeah, you always
in
freeze
the...
any beans or peas or anything like that before you. And I'm talking about field peas, and I'm not talking about English peas. Before you put them up and vacuum seal them.
Hey, Bullfrog Swamp. He said he hadn't caught us in a while. He's working too much. Slow down a little.
Slow down like the rest of us do.
Always a pleasure
being
in live
streams. Please remember the homeless. Please, as you could. Fine folks, peace and love. Follow everything.
FP. That must be his.
Yeah, that's it. Food Forest Permaculture.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for coming in here tonight, Food Forest Permaculture.
Yeah. I'll agree with Doug and say, here comes the big snowstorm. Y'all keep your snowstorms up north.
Keep them up north. We don't want them.
One thing I don't want is snow. We have too many things going on. We don't need no snow. We don't even need the cold weather that's coming next week.
No. What can you do to keep dry beans, Tammy?
Right.
That better? Or ice?
To keep
icing better.
Yes.
Bladder, or however you say that. I can't hardly read it. You can, I mean, dry beans, once you put them in the freezer and kill every bug that's in them, you can just leave them in a mason jar. They'll last forever.
Yeah, we have
just
some
keep them dry
on my cabinet that's been there more than 6 years because they're more decoration than they are we eat out of them. Danny had these big, what are they, 2-gallon jugs?
Yeah, 2-gallon glass jar.
Full of beans, and they can still be ate, and I still take some out every now and then, but they're there for decorations more than anything else right now and for prep because we use the ones we get on a regular basis. So I don't use those that are sitting on my cabinet, but you can, and they're not vacuum sealed.
Paula says, I'm freezing everything on my porch.
Ooh. They say freeze rice also. Lake Effect said they had 9 inches of snow in a few hours. Ooh.
Stiver said they'd rather have snow.
No.
Oh, no, we don't care for snow.
Yeah, people in the south, way south, would rather have sand and dirt.
I've been up north in the snow too much. Snow's pretty when it first falls, but once you walk around in it and traipse it, it gets black and muddy, and then it turns to ice. It's no fun after that. It's just nasty.
Yeah, here it just turns into a brown, mucky mess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just nasty once it's been there for a while.
Let's see. Prairie Girl and Cowboy, hello.
Kitchen has been a cookie factory today.
Yeah, I'm wanting to make some cookies. I just hadn't got time yet. We're going to be decorating a tree tomorrow.
Hopefully. Sometime
tomorrow evening, at least. Try and get a tree up. I was hoping to have it up by today, but that didn't happen. So we will have it up tomorrow. Sometime a video next week. I'm sorry that we don't get videos up as often now, but they're going to get, y'all just have to check with us. There won't be one every morning, but I try to do some. What we got coming up?
Not much, because I don't plan on doing a whole lot.
I forgot. I do have Danny's Porch Time up.
Yeah, we already have Porch Time shot this week already. I was able to get it in ahead of time this week because there's a lot to do coming up. Still got a lot of work on the cabin. I'm putting in the 12-volt system in it so that we can have a 12-volt system running our cabin. And that's a big job, guys. I would rather wire one for 110 any day than I had for 12-volt.
Yeah, it's going to take him a while, but it's going to be pretty cool. We're debating on the kitchen. We still have not, we thought we'd settled on what we were doing in the kitchen. We still keep changing our minds.
Keep changing.
The kitchen's still up for grabs. Somebody wants to know about sugar, best way to store sugar.
You put sugar, as long as you keep it dry, you can put it in quart jars or anything. It'll store forever.
Yeah.
Just keep it dry.
Honey lasts longer.
Honey lasts longer than sugar, but I mean, they both last forever if you keep them dry.
Yeah, but honey is like long term if you can keep it in a good container. And
how's Mama Cow? I check on her every so many hours. She's loving the new place in the barn that I put her. she just goes back into that dark stall and just stays in there now, because I think she'll probably have her calf in there more than likely, and I'm hoping that that's the truth.
And she's starting to look more like she's getting ready.
Yeah, she's bagging up and everything's. She's getting really big. I mean, I'm hoping that everything's all right.
Yeah, and we're hoping she don't have it on the coldest night we have coming up.
We got a whole week of in the 20s and low 30s coming up, and I'm dreading that for having that little one.
Yeah.
Paula says, stock up on mason jars. Yes, stock up, buy all the mason jars you can get, and with the jars, get the lids.
Yeah.
We try to have 3 lids for every jar we have.
Yeah, and we got a lot of jars.
We got a lot of jars.
Well, we use them for, like I said, some of the prepping, like the dried goods and stuff, as well as canning. And some people reuse their lids. The only ones I really would reuse is the ones I use with the dry goods, if you don't bubble it up, mess it up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's twins.
Maybe it's twins. Oh, I don't know. It's her first time. I hope she don't have twins.
How long can you store coffee?
Now, that I don't know. Coffee is a bean. It probably needs to be frozen.
If it's a bean in the bean shape, it would last longer.
It would last longer in the bean shape.
Once it's ground, the flavor tends to dissipate some. It doesn't mean you won't have coffee, but you know how coffee tastes stale after a while? Coffee can do that. But a good year at least. I would just say rotate, rotate, rotate. That's what I'll tell you on everything. Don't keep it long term. Rotate it.
Country Homestead preacher said they always have babies when it's freezing. I know, but plus it's a full moon. Everything is against us on this one. You know, anyway, we got to jump off here, guys. So we're gonna have to pray before we can get off of here. Wanda and I have got a ton of things still to do tonight.
Yes.
So.
And guys, y'all don't forget March 21st, the gathering here in Wiggins, Mississippi. I don't know if anybody's having any kind of get-together before then. I think Deep South starts it off in March, and then after that, there's a snowballs.
Yeah.
Everybody has something during the year. So I do believe March 21st, Deep South Homestead Gathering 2020 will be the first of many get-togethers. Ours is simply a get-together, guys. It's not going to be a HOA. It's not going to be any kind of conference. It is a get-together for like-minded people.
Yeah. And continue to pray for Grampy Campy's loss of his wife. I know that's going to be tough.
Russell said he had a heart attack last week. Pray for him. Tamara.
Yes.
Carol.
Of course, we have a lot of people. We'll continue to remember Zach Bauer, the loss of his wife, Jamie. Very young woman, very beautiful lady, left behind a husband and kids and mom and dad and everything during the holiday season. She actually died on Thanksgiving Day. Keep them in your prayers. We got so many people. Eric from Life and Farmland, keep him in your prayers. Starry, Hilder, Wanda and I really covet y'all's prayers about our physical issues also. So,
Jackie said,
oh no, I don't go. I still got 40 minutes on the counter. But we just want to remember these people, guys, and in y'all's prayers. We try to remember as many as we can. And for the weather coming in, it's got now where the winter storms is coming in now. They're naming them like they did hurricanes because they're so bad, and it's part of the grand solar minimum. So
Patty says pray for
her husband. Mac needs a job.
He needs a new job. He must have a job. He needs a new
job. Yeah, they may be going to be laying him off here for long or something.
Stringfield Ridge's mom.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and have our prayer. Father, thank you so much for being so good to us. You keep us going every day, Lord. It may not be the life that we desire a lot of times and the health that we desire, but you have a way of just making us where we can get through the day, Lord. Just knowing you're there for us to have a place to go when we need you. And Father, the ones that's been mentioned here tonight, we want to continue to lift them up in prayer. The ones that's lost loved ones, pray that they can find the peace and comfort that they need to be able to make it through the holiday season. And Lord, for those with other physical issues, I pray for them, Lord, that they can find healing for their bodies. And Father, for those that need jobs, I pray that you'll send the right job for them so that they'll be able to enjoy the work that they do. And Father, the financial issues that many are suffering throughout the holiday season, I pray for that. And those that can't be with their families, especially those that serve in the military, Father, I do pray for them that they'll be able to enjoy the season to the best that they can. I know that there's always those times in life where we're separated from family and friends, and we don't always get to have what we want all the time. And we just pray that we'll make life convenient. Well, and for those that are less fortunate, we pray for them. Those that are cold and homeless, Lord, we pray for them also tonight that they could find warmth and shelter and be able to live their life and to enjoy it now. And Father, go with us through the remainder of the night and watch over us and protect us and keep us warm from the cold, inclement weather outside now. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay.
Thank you, Nadia.
And thank you, Paula.
Carol. Michelle said, send storm south will fill up where pigs are. I'm not sure what that means, but anyway. Fantastic job on the cabin.
Oh, sandstorms.
Porch and extra room. Thank you. We are enjoying the cabin. That is.
We've lived at the cabin now off grid for over a month.
And really enjoying.
We really enjoy it with no electricity. You would think that you would hate it with no electricity, but we actually love not having electricity.
We have to. I mean, we've said we don't want to go off grid, but I do want power. I don't want to be no power. I just don't want the power company coming through here.
Yeah, we're not running power back there to the cabin.
We do want solar, and we do want.
Yes, we're putting in the solar now, and we're putting in 12-volt systems now. We got it. It's already generator ready.
Yeah.
But we're actively trying to find the right lighting for the cabin because we're putting everything in an LED so that it uses very little electricity.
Yeah, and right now we're enjoying sitting over there with the fire. No light, just the fire is the light.
The fire, yeah, is the light.
And y'all, I don't get many videos done. I'm just gonna tell you, used to I spent every night sitting here for at least 4 to 6 hours working on videos. And I'm sorry if the videos don't look too well here lately. I can't spend 4 to 6 hours now. I'm sitting over there watching the fire. Yeah. It's just a little more peaceful.
It's the time of the year, the only time of the year we're going to get to do this, so we try to relax during the colder times. And
we don't get many cold days. This has been unusual for us to have enough cool weather. It's not cold, but it's cool.
Well, let me say this. We've already emptied our firewood stash. We had 4 cords of firewood, and we've already burnt almost all of them.
And I mean, it's just kind of unusual for that. Yeah. 2 years ago, we did not even have a fire like 5 times the whole winter.
The whole winter.
Last year, we had a fire.
Probably half the winter we put fires in.
We didn't even use, 2 cords of wood last year?
Maybe 2 cords last year.
And we've almost went through 4 already, and it's not even the end of December.
Yeah. Do we have oil lamps in the cabin? No, we don't have oil lamps in the cabin.
Yeah, and the cabin is looking awesome. On YouTube, we're going to have this week. What did I put up? It's the porch.
Yes, putting the porch on this week will be on YouTube.
I think that's what's coming up, and then after that, we'll show you the siding finished and things like that. On Patreon, they've already seen some of the inside. And we've not done a lot on the inside, but we've done some. And so once we finish the walk around outside, then we'll start showing you some of the things on the inside that we are doing.
And we can say this, living in the cabin in the cooler temperatures, our bodies are acclimating better to cool weather. We thought at first we would freeze to death. It could be 55 degrees and we were freezing to death. Now 55 degrees, we walk around like it's nothing because
Yeah.
we don't even bother us anymore.
So that's what we've been doing, is just kind of chilling. Poor tree like to spaz me out for the last 3 days, but it's okay. I got a nice tree. It's
Yep.
not what Danny wanted, but
Not what I wanted, but
it's gonna be fine and dandy. If it's not too big around, y'all, I'm not sure this tree is gonna
I'm not
fit
sure
where
how
we
I'm not
want
sure
it.
how big it is. We're gonna put it up and see.
And so y'all may see us putting a tree in a different spot than we originally planned in the cabin. And I'm going to be hanging all these ornaments that people have given me. I've got some people that said they're sending ornaments. So as we hang them, we will tell you who they came from, because I'm trying to keep names
Yeah.
with everything. And it's going to be nice. We're going to
Going to be
enjoy
nice.
Christmas.
Okay, guys, we got to get over here and get going. So thank y'all for spending time with us tonight, and thank you for just being a part of our life on Saturday nights.
And we hope we can figure this out.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.